Alright, g'day yoga lovers, this is Michael Joseph from Deep Yoga Studio. Thanks for joining. So I'm in beautiful Port Douglas where my studio is based, and I'm doing this video because a lot of people ask what Port Douglas is like. Many of you watching have already met me and know how beautiful Port Douglas is. She's pretty amazing actually. So I'm originally from the northern beaches in Sydney. I grew up in a sleepy beach town called Narrabeen. Very fortunate to grow up in a little beach house right on the beach. I'm definitely a nature boy. And I then moved from there. I was there in the 70s and early 80s to the city in my early 20s and did all my sinning, got that out of the way pretty quickly. Did notice my health went down a little bit. And then I travelled overseas and lived in Perth for a while. Came back to Sydney, lived in North Bondi, which is a fantastic place. If you're going to live in Sydney, North Bondi is fantastic. And I decided that it was time to go back to my roots and be immersed in nature, which is exactly what I did. And I flew up to the Whitsundays, which is down south, and worked on Daydream Island for a bit, and then finally made it to here, Port Douglas. And it was really amazing actually, because I had next to no money. I had a job lined up in a spa that I managed for a couple of years, and managed to turn that around, which was a really good experience for me. But I knew the day that I woke up, the next morning, yes, I was going to be here forever. So Port Douglas is one of those places that you'll never get her out of your system, and she'll support you if you let her. A lot of people describe this as a drinking town with a sailing problem, so if you want to do a lot of naughty stuff, it's definitely there. But I decided to go a different route, and I decided to stop drinking probably about maybe 13, 14 years ago. I can never remember, it's been so long, certainly over a decade, and really started to pursue yoga and improve my health. And eventually I worked for quite a few spas in the area and did a few overseas stints, and then I ended up building my own studio. So I've got Deep Yoga Studio, the Deep Retreat Massage Centre and Bathhouse, and Deep Whole Foods. So I'm a busy boy. But the reason why Port Douglas is a really good yoga venue is not just because it's stunning beauty, which I'll show you in a moment, but because for the very reason is that she will support you if you let her. A lot of people make the mistake when they come to Port Douglas is fill their day with lots of things to do, fill it with chores, don't make any time for yoga or relaxing. It's all about distraction, and there's some beautiful distractions. You know, you really should check out the reef. It's pretty extraordinary. And absolutely my favourite nature place in the whole world, and I've been in a lot of places, is Mossman Gorge. And most mornings when I can, I'll walk the dogs on 4 Mile Beach, and you can just see how beautiful it is here. It's a pretty extraordinary place. So quite often when people come, they'll book a 4 or an 8 class pass, and that way they'll know they'll come to yoga, which is really, really important. Otherwise they'll never come. And quite often people, I'm having a few troubles with this camera here. Let me see if I can, oh there you are. A lot of people make the mistake of sleeping in. Do not sleep in on your holiday, because it'll drop you into what Indian medicine calls kapha mode, and you'll drag your heels for the rest of the day. You'll lose energy pretty quick, and what you want is to be present and really enjoy everything Port Douglas has to offer. I'm really having problems with this camera, so let me see if I can figure this out without and I think you're gonna find me, and there you are. Hi. I've got a new arm, so I'm still trying to figure out. Thank you for your patience there. Oh, I've got it. Oh God, clever. See, press the button, Mike. See, it's Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It really, really is. So a lot of the clever people, what they do is that they'll come and join us for a yoga class in the morning. You don't actually have to come to us, by the way. There's a few yoga class studios here. We're the only purpose-built studio, but there are other yoga studios that are sort of retrofitted, and they do a really good job. You can Google them, and your hit rate is pretty good. The standard of teaching in Port Douglas is pretty high. People generally do more than one training, and there's people that have been doing it for 30 years plus, so you'll be in good hands wherever you go, and we'd love to see you. What a good itinerary is to do yoga in the morning and get it out of the way. So you want to create the energy so that you can take that energy into your day. And I suggest people go to Mossman Gorge. Absolutely, you can swim in there all year round. Oh, that's fantastic. And there's lots of half-day tours to the reef if you don't want to commit to a whole day, so you can do that as well. And there's a website called healthyportdouglas.com. That's our website, and we've got all recommendations for tours, and we don't make any commission out of that, by the way. These are just a personal recommendation website because I got sick of writing things down for people. So if you go to healthyportdouglas.com, that's there for you. G'day. So yeah, there's heaps to do. So what you can do is do the yoga in the morning. That will create the energy so that you can go to the beach, you go to Mossman Gorge, you go to the reef. But more importantly, if you're traveling with people, you'll be able to connect more deeply to them and really enjoy the holiday experience. There's lots of retreat locations as well. Our studio, we host retreats all the time from external providers, and because our space is quite beautiful, you can go to our website, deepyogastudio.com. It's in the description. And also, if you want to do massage as well, the massage rate in Port Douglas is really, really good. We have our own retreat, but you can pretty much go anywhere in Port Douglas and get a pretty good massage. We're usually rated #1 on TripAdvisor, so if you want a good one, we can do that for you. I'm just trying to figure out this camera. There you are. So that's Port Douglas for you. I might do a Main Street video so you can see what the vibe is, but it's a pretty awesome place. I love it here. I'm gonna probably die here. I go away a lot, so you can join me on retreat in Europe or India. I'm planning some retreats in 2020 and beyond, so you can go to Yoga Retreats Australia, and also there's our website, yogalover.com. So thanks guys for joining, and I'll post another video soon. See ya.